How has your life changed?
My life has changed because I've even forgotten who my psychiatrist was.
Wow.
I have somebody who is taking care of me.
Yeah.
So long as I'm with her, I don't see a need of seeing a psychiatrist. She's a psychiatrist by herself.
What are the qualities you like about Millicent?
Ona tu. Vile amebeba. I even coined a word. You know, as Luos, we coin word for ladies. So nikamwita thunder.
A spouse who does not understand why this person has high sex drive, what are some of the things they need to do?
You have to have an understanding partner to accommodate your sex drive as much as possible. And in fact, it affected us because she kept on reassuring me, I'm not going anywhere.
Tuko family, welcome to today's episode of Tuko Talks. My name is Yvonne Kawira. Now today I have a very special guest. Last time you saw him on our show, he came by himself. But today we're going to catch up on his story, what he has been doing, what he's been up to. But today he did not come alone. He brought somebody. He will tell us why this person is here, who she is, and how they met. Karibuni sana to our show.
Asante.
My goodness, I am excited.
Yeah, thanks.
I am so happy that you came back to our show.
Yeah, I'm also honored.
How have you been to begin with?
Ups and downs of bipolar still.
Yes.
Yeah. But I've been stable for a long period of time now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Millicent,
Yes.
welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Tell us a little about yourself. Who is Millicent and where does she come from?
Millicent is a happy girl.
Yes.
That's what I know first. And I do beauty and beauty. And I come from Kitui, Ukambani.
Hey.
But Avaluya, yeah.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
grew up in Kitui?
Yeah, I grew up in Kitui.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When we first brought Samuel Ochieng's story on our channel, we spoke in depth about a condition that he struggles with, which is bipolar.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little about this condition so that people who did not watch that story, which we shall pin on the pinned comment, that they can understand what brought you to the show and how that journey has been for you?
Yeah. Bipolar is a mood disorder.
Yeah.
When you hear, it's a mood disorder that affects a person's mind. So when you hear mood disorder, it means it's a fluctuation of moods. For example, there are three types of bipolar, but bipolar 1, you go from mania to depression. Mania means you are happy, excited, elated, euphoric, and if left unchecked, you can lose your mind until now you are forced hospitalization. And depression is the normal type of depression. So you oscillate between happiness, euphoria, excitement too, and suddenly your mood shifts to depression and you can't control that. There's also bipolar 2 where it's hypomania and depression. Hypomania is a mild form of mania. So you get excited and everything, but you can't lose your mind, as in bipolar 1. So, and you oscillate between hypomania and depression. And then there's cyclothymic disorder. Ni kama tu a normal mood swing in people, but a little bit exaggerated. So bipolar affects 40 million people in the world.
Wow.
According to WHO statistics. Yeah. Anxiety affects 300 million people, depression 280 million, then bipolar. Yes.
This bipolar, you have described the various stages and the classifications.
Yes.
Which particular one do you
I
struggle
battled the worst form of bipolar, which is bipolar 1 mood disorder, which means if I don't take care, I can lose my mind, which I've lost several times before. Yeah, almost more than 10 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
How has this affected your livelihood, your lifestyle? And in the same question, what do you do for a living?
Yes.
And how do you jungle all these things together with the professionalism, the kind of work you do, the relationships, and the bipolar as well?
Yes, I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I handle employment law and divorce matters. So, and apart from that, I'm a gospel musician, a well-renowned.
Yes.
Just the other day I was in Citizen TV, so they played 4 of my songs live singing. So apart from that, also I run an organization called Serene Minds organization, where I founded it to help people battling depression and mental disorders. So bipolar has affected my life previously, like many times in terms of even relationships. As I explained in the earlier show, mimi nimeachwa 30 times.
And these are only the ones you can count.
This is the only one I can recall. Yani, I think my heart has been hardened, and I don't know, because I've lost over more than 30 relationships because of the condition. It affects even sometimes my work, because the medication I take makes me sleep a lot. Sometimes, always I fight with the alarm clock, because now
she
it's
can relate. Why did you smile like that?
You see, when I wake up, it is 7 a.m. I sleep for another 1 hour because the medication has taken effects, and I have to be in high court the next morning.
I mean, because of course this is professional of you to keep time.
Yes. So, but always I manage to get in court in time. So those are the challenges and side effects of the medications. For example, it increases the weight gain. Like you can see how big I am still. Na naenda gym.
Oh, bado naenda gym?
Bado naenda gym. So it's a battle. It's a battle of thoughts. And the sad thing about bipolar is when you now go to the depressive state, where now you are low, down. But the round in napambana poa na bipolar, because I have madam. Sasa depression iko na short life.
Niko na alarm clock sasa.
Niko na alarm clock.
Sasa ikifika your time, she will just do the duty with the needful.
Nowadays bana, food is prepared for me. Nice. Tea is prepared for me. I come from work, there's tea. Wow. In the morning, there's tea.
Must be nice.
I don't cook for myself. Hata mavazi, I'm told what to wear.
Nice.
How before I get out, life has been good.
Where did you meet? Let's begin with Millicent. Where did you meet this man, and what was your first impression of him?
It's a funny story though. Yeah. We met online, this online dating apps. Yeah. I was looking for someone. He was looking for a lady. My first impression, he was so caring and interesting to chat with. Fun. Seemed to, when you're around him, utaboeka. Trust me. So I was attracted to that at first, like the way he's caring. Kama generally mwambia today, this is what you'll do. He'll still remember, you know. Yeah, and the gifting, of course.
Hey, this is the love language. You're ticking the boxes.
Yeah.
Lakini chocolates nanunua sana. Is there a way? Can I petition the court to reduce?
Fanya subscription.
Ice cream.
Fanya subscription for the companies that manufacture these things. Work unlimited. This is it.
Yeah, but he was a gentleman. Yeah. From the word go. That's what attracted us. Aliniambia ukweli from the word go that he has bipolar. Yeah. So it's been a journey.
What was your first thought when he disclosed to you that he's battling? Did you know about the bipolar before? Did you know anything about it?
You see, this stigma zinakuja na bipolar. Me, the person I knew alikuwa na bipolar used to lose it. So after aliniambia kuna bipolar at first, I thought ni cheesy. Let me just say that it's not a good word. Like kuna time itafika hata anidunge kisu na get. But that's not him. Like lazima angenipitisha a process nielewe bipolar ni nini. Akaniingiza Serene Minds, where we have a counselor mwenye anatutekingi through like how to deal with him. At first I didn't know. I know when I'm right. But sometimes ako kwa hiyo episode. Unaelewa? So wewe unangangana na yeye hata shuka. Well, so you're making things worse by doing that. So you need to know when to calm. Even if you're the right one, like you're the right, you need to know when to just say sorry to calm him first. Yes. So that was it. At first I was scared. Yeah.
What made you continue giving him an opportunity to prove himself to you, so that now you ended up here?
Okay, I didn't judge him at first. I wanted to see how things go because I was already like in love. I already nilikuwa nishampenda. So I didn't jump into judging, of which nilikuwa na my doubts. I used to seek validation from people like, nikidate mtu na kuna mental health because you get. I used to be scared, but juu nilimpenda, and whatever he was doing, apart from bipolar, like the episodes, was so caring. It was like, ako present. He's a man. He's a gentleman.
Yes.
So that overpowered the bipolar. So I was like, see, he's a human before.
Yeah.
Like he's a human first before I put in the bipolar and all.
Very important.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
Sam.
how we are.
Were you scared when you wanted to be honest to this lady? You do not want to lead her on false basis. Did you think through this process?
I was scared, and I've been left 30 times.
Yeah.
So I wasn't scared because I've experienced relationships that don't pick up at the points of disclosure.
Yeah.
So I was expecting the worst, but I wasn't very
He
scared
used to expect that.
Yeah.
Everything nafanya unaenda.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'm not even planning to. It's something that can be solved. Adi ni kama at first used to walk on eggshells. Unaelewa
Yeah.
ako nile
I
fear.
had fear that she will go anytime because of my past experiences. So I had that fear. In fact, it affected us because she kept on reassuring me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. So after disclosure, now I thought this thing is 50. So I was like, she might go, she might stay, but praying to God the worst not to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you disclosed, and of course the worst didn't happen,
Yeah.
she still kept going on.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you did to ensure that you do not also trigger any misunderstanding that could cause a strain in the relationship?
She did not go as per se as going and leaving you completely, but that I think 2 times we have gone like until she's left the house.
The house, not you. It
Not
is
to
the
leave
house.
the house.
Hey, what happened?
So I don't know. There was a time when I came from work and I was like I didn't. The previous night she had told me she had ulcers. She was feeling ulcers, So I was even to go to the hospital to buy the chemist to buy some medication, but I didn't. So in the morning when I was going to work, I forgot that, I'm a busy man. So I forgot that the whole day. So when I came back, I found the house unkempt. It was not looking good, the kitchen and stuff. So I got hungry. And
You forgot she was not feeling well.
I
Alinipata kwa
forgot.
kitanda. Sasa unajua it's ulcers and I'm alone.
And it's
And
painful.
Sijosha, Sijosha vyombo. He's not used to that. See, the house vile aliacha asubuhi ndo alipata. With maybe I've ordered some food na zingine. So it was mad.
What did you
Mad.
do? What did you say, Sam?
To summarize,
Pack your things.
I told her you can even start packing, and I said that out of but behind it I was fearful. Aki God asiende, akiende.
Wait, why did you say that?
Let her not go. I
I
said
needed to understand him.
Yeah.
Pia mimi nilileta juu like wewe unaniachapa I'm sick. You get. So ilienda juu
Ika-escalate.
ndio ikafika hapo.
yeah.
So mimi ningejua hata ningetulia but sikutulia. I was
All of you
So
are
I
on edge.
said you can start packing, and I saw her starting to pack, and I was like, God,
No.
do something, God. But she went, and
She went.
yes,
imagine.
yeah.
Where? What was going through your mind as you were packing? Were you hoping he would change his mind and maybe let's settle this, let's sort it out?
I was not feeling well and I was mad. I'm
Yeah.
not justifying myself.
Of course.
It shouldn't be a justification. But at that time, I was scared. Nilikuwa naogopa like nikisema siendi ama nini inaweza get ugly too fast because it was already bad. Because it took him days to calm down. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, he even posted like ali react like it was an episode that I didn't understand. For sure that was an episode. Because hata akikuja he was not okay. Unaona anatembea hivi kwa nyumba. Na mtu sasa mko poa. So video mgonjwa but lazima
check on him.
But so vile alisema vibaya vile unaweza ambiwa like nyumba inakaje. You get.
Na hajazoea hivi.
Siwezi fanya hivi intentionally. Siwezi kuja tu niamue sasa leo sioshi nyumba na lala. It has never happened. Mbona it happened leo. Una get. So we weren't communicating. Atukua tunasema the same things. So when he told me pack and go, I did. But he tried. After that, alikuwa tu ana try. Nilikuja kuuliza kama niko na afya, niko na means.
As you're going, so you're giving her fear to leave. Why?
Like when I'm nitoke then no, ask kama niko na means. That's cold though. Yeah, it took us days.
Yeah.
It took us days before tungekaa chini na tuonge. Unajua? Yeah.
Wow. But you picked some lessons from that, right?
I did. Yeah.
For example, start with some.
I picked first, never tell your wife to walk out. That's a house too.
That's a
never
good one.
Tell your lady to pack and go. Those people who are battling depression, bipolar out there, never reach that point. Try and solve issues, because it was 12 a.m. in the night when she walked out.
I cried, man.
So never reach that point. Never tell your lady to walk out, and try and never sleep when you're angry. When together,
it's easier said than done, but it can be done.
I know. It's easier said. Like kufanya it's so hard.
Because
you can't just change from being mad to now we're okay. Yeah.
So
but,
12 a.m. You packed. Where did you go?
I have a best friend.
Yeah.
When previously before I moved in with Sam, I used to live with. So I went to hers. Then, it was around 12, single.
Yeah.
Then the next day, I am thinking, at a calm, najua it's an episode tuonge.
Shock
on me. Natumiwa screenshot. He went to rant on Facebook.
About the relationship.
About the relationship, vile tumekosana, vile nyumba ilikuwa. So, he's not saying my side of the story, but I need to understand him. He was in that, I swear Sam alikuwa kwa hiyo, akuwa yeye. Hiyo na sitakudanganya. Alikuwa, unarusha tafuta mtu mwenye unapenda ama umuoni. Like he was wild. That's what I can say. I'm trying to talk and I block.
Because vyombo zilikuwa sawa. Pack and go sawa.
But I think kile ningefanya of which sikufanya, ningemwambia tu babe I'm sorry, ama babe forgive me. Hivyo tu calm kwanza, then we shall solve. Unaelewa? Ile kupelekana juu na yeye na ako juu haikunisaidia in any way. Ningesema tu I'm sorry hata kama najua niko sick, tumalize hiyo. Then when he's calm or when he's on the right senses, because we do solve. Tuna solve sasa. But ilienda out of
I even went to Samburu for 4 days.
Where?
Yeah, because after that incident.
Tough. It was
what were you doing in Sam?
You even posted another lady.
So
until we move on. It was bad for me.
In 2 hours.
For me.
Hey.
So nikaenda Samburu. I packed kenda Samburu to cool off. For 4 days.
But it was a needed vacation.
So these people you were posting, is that a picture you normally save somewhere to post to trigger, or did
Thank you. Help me here.
Please, let's hear this story. I'm gonna say.
No. What happened was after I went to Samburu and came back, and I'm seeing things are not even working out, and there's a lady friend who was also calming me down. So we we went into an eatery where we eating some chips and stuff. And then we took a photo. Then maybe I'm still pissed. I post Facebook that I told you guys I'll have a lady before close of business today.
Kwanza unatumia legal terms.
Yeah.
COB today.
Yeah, and here we are. So that was ugly. I shouldn't have done that. But,
That was ugly.
But yeah.
Wow, I'm actually so very glad that you are sharing these experiences as raw as they are, because I'm imagining someone out there who saw your story at the very first time that we shared it, and they're seeing you experiencing this love blossoming and all of this. They need to understand what are some of the things that you struggle with. And this is actually painting a very good picture of what to expect. Sometimes something as kikombe ijawekwa kwenye inafaa kukua can blow up things and you're parking at midnight.
Ama to tone of how you're talking.
The tone,
can like you get kuna siku nishe joke, babe ulindanganya, then I said something, it's supposed to be personal. Mimi nakudanganya, so 0 to 100. Yeah. So you unafaa kuangalia ni nini unamwambia. You need to be present. That's the point. Need to know ni nini unamwambia. Don't do anything that trigger. Not working on eggshells as such, but usifanye something intentionally unajua hapendi trigger.
And that goes for any relationship. You are normally expected to know that both of you are on the same page.
Yeah, like bipolar affects people differently.
Yeah.
It's unique to every person. For me, like you see, I don't want to mention name, but you saw the media personality was angry on Facebook and social media and stuff. Even me, I was shocked because I have never seen that it affects people differently. For me, I can't handle anger. When I'm angry, I'm out of control. There are some now who are driven into alcoholism. There are some who are driven into drugs. But for me, the challenge is anger. Kitu tu kadogo trigger.
So, ukiona anda jam unam calm down. Be the bigger person.
When we were reconciling, I was telling her, just say sorry.
That's all you wanted to hear.
No man can handle the word sorry. No man.
Just
from a lady.
Like unajua that time mimi naona ninafaa kwa right. I wasn't in a space where I feel this is bipolar now. You get.
You want him to understand you from a perspective.
I'm sick. I'm done with. Si wewe.
Ni hivyo. Anaona sema sorry kwanza before anything.
Sorry before anything else.
Wow.
Anyway, that's it.
You said there were two. What was the other situation where it escalated beyond what you had expected?
I think that is when she told me I was lying.
The personal issue.
Yeah, she told me I was lying. And it's something personal, but that was the situation that I'm lying. I'm like, how can you tell me I'm lying? I'm all advocate. I'm all pastor.
You're attacking my personality.
Gospel musician. Bana.
We're so nice.
Where ulilistiwa all the titles?
Gospel, lawyer.
Lawyer, advocate.
Chairman, Serene Minds organization.
We get I'm also kind of short-tempered. Then mimi sielewangi vitu nikikasirika. Which say nimeanza kulana. Sielewangi. Then pia yeye na sikumwambia nikikasirika. Kama nilikwambia nikikasirika. When do you think I'm lying?
Ukakuwa surprised kwanza. This has a
I don't go, where is this coming from? And it tends to say hurtful stuff when in his episodes. So I don't take that to heart. I don't.
Of course, you got into this relationship expecting all these ups and downs. There are some of the things that you saw and kind of made you question your decision. Am I really making the right choice to be with this person, despite the fact that I accepted him with this condition? Have you ever gotten to that point?
Okay. I've ever to question myself. Okay, in my first days, I learned to love him. Like learning. Like, this is him. Nilikuanga na shida kupost, like, that's where, ni kama hiyo ndio therapy yake. Hiyo ndio umfurahisha. Me at first I didn't know, but I didn't attack. So, I had to learn to be okay with that. Unaget. So, sinanga yote makufikiria, like, you know, this is not the man that I want because I'm already in.
Yes.
Yeah, sinanga yo. I learn. I see this, then I'm like, okay. Like, sometimes they can be rude. I'm like, okay, this is him. Hakuna mambo square rude, and that's how he is. Anasemanga hurtful words when he's mad. Very hurtful.
Msikia hiyo kitu amesema mara ngapi?
Very hurtful words.
Inatoka nini?
Not every day. Ni ngumu.
Yeah.
Every day ataniaffirm. So mbona hizi kitu atakuja kuniambia maybe 1, 2, 3
Inaandu kila kitu.
Mbona yandu. So that's what
when I say the hurtful words, I usually put a disclaimer. Babe, you know, I don't mean these words.
But
And
why are you saying them?
No.
Don't say things you don't mean.
Kama hiyo time alienda Samburu, wish ungekuwa na mimi.
Ulidelete hizo vitu?
Delete.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a good choice. Good decision.
Na nasikiza, that's why I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Si mtu atakwambia, ni mtu atakwambia yes, Facebook inanibamba.
Wow.
But ni mwambie babe hapo ume cross the line. I'm not comfortable na hiyo. Si ati na controls. Vitu zake a post. Pia mimi nikitaka kupost the post, but kuna ile itani affect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So watu wali comment, people don't want me.
People choose violence.
Violence. I was just looking at the comments. But at the end of the day, I'll teacher. At the end of the day, I'll come around and tafuta. It was a hassle though. Just go back.
How long did you stay away before you decided, now I have to go get my girl?
In Samburu, I was happy seeing the animals.
Posting the way you're single.
Yeah. So
For 4 days.
So when I came back to an empty house, there's also a reality hit me that the house is different without her in there. So because she was also mad about what happened.
Yes.
So mimi nani. I talked to my pastor.
Hey.
Yeah.
Strategic.
And she's a lady, Pastor Jensela. So, and she offered to reconcile us. She talked to her. She was in tears. Yeah, she was, this lady really cried. On Sunday when we met, macho ilikuwa imefura. I saw actually the damage I had caused. Because I saw now the reality of what that caused. Because she was in tears for almost a week. So she was having like swollen eyes and like, I'm the one who caused this. And it was very painful. So our pastor united us, called her and called me. Even on Sunday, we'll have a meeting after church to iron out and
Wow.
Yeah.
How have your people, I'll begin with you, related with her, and how have they accepted or, handled the situation of you being in a relationship now and it's getting serious because now you're even headed into marriage?
Yes.
How are they handling this whole process? Even with you posting online, all these battles that you're having?
Yes. You see, when I'm ranting, or when I'm angry, I can't tell the positive sides of her.
Of course.
That what happened. So my parents and maybe brother take it that on the negative side, and they looked at her in a negative light. So after we reconciled and reunited, is when I started now reconvincing them about her, explaining to mom that this is the lady I love. Yeah, she's the one I love with all her weaknesses and stuff. She's the one that I love. And anything they try to say negative, I try to do damage control and try to convince them. And they are back on board.
Wow.
They are saying if she's the one you love, us, our only duty is to help you love her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How about you?
Okay, of course, Mimi, I didn't say good things about him. Actually, to my sister I highlighted.
You escalated also.
Yeah. But tumeongea. We're still sorting things out. Sitasema we are there yet. My family does not trust us right now kabisa. But we are going there. It's us. As long as I prove to them that it's him I want. Mamangu ananga shida. My family will always support me whatever I want. Ndio maana nikikasirishwa na wanajua nikikasika bali nalia ni shida, but yeah. Alikuwa, my mom didn't even believe because every day namwambianga vile napenda huyo. Naelewa nataka tusaidie tufanye nini. Ukiona nenda bad advisors, naelewa. But they'll get there. I know them. They are my family, yeah. With time, unless they prove that he's a good man, of which he is, tutafika hapo. We are growing each day.
Yeah. Kabisa. What are those qualities you like about Millicent?
Qualities.
Hey, she's ready for it. Kwanza nione tu.
Wewe ona tu. Bila amebeba. I even coined a word. You know, as Luos, we coin word for ladies. So nikamwita thunder.
No kidding. She's your thunder.
Thunder
Genie mystic.
Advocates are like, what is this thunder now?
Oh my goodness.
They call me thunder.
So they call
thunder.
His colleagues call you thunder.
No, they call her. Yeah, as in thunder. It's a word that says a lady mwenye amebeba. Yeah, that is what it means. So
that's the first quality that attracted you to.
Yeah, you see, we men, we first see, we like, then tuna proceed kwa character. Hatuanzangi na character. Kwanza tunaangalia. And then we now go to step 2, character. So step 1, alipita mtihani ya haraka.
100%.
Step 2, now character. Yeah, she loves God so much. Yes. There are times I don't feel like going to church. I'm tired and I'm sleepy and medication, but she tells me, no, we have to go to church. We have to go to church on Sunday. So I've been forced to go to church almost 3 times now. 20, and sometimes, oh God, we have to pray before we sleep. So I'm like, sasa vile God saa zingine mkasirikia, now we talk to him before we sleep again and stuff. So that's what I like about. She's calm. Yeah. She doesn't get angry very quickly. She's submissive. Yeah, she's submissive. Niuliza chakula gani utakula leo my husband when I'm at work. Nikisema kuku ni kuku, samaki. Yeah, and there was a day I was down and out, and me, I don't have a lot of cash. Like I explained in the last episode, because of stigma in bipolar, I don't get a lot of clients in my law firm. So I'm still struggling, but I know I'm headed there. So a lot of stigma from maybe fellow advocates, clients, they don't give me work. People who give me work are from the US, UK, because now they're advanced. They have known that somebody can have a bipolar, but he's still intelligent. Somebody can have bipolar, and they associate bipolar with people who are with high intelligence. Yeah. So that's why they give me work. And yeah.
It's your turn now.
My turn. Okay. Qualities. He's a provider, first of all. He also loves God. He keeps me grounded. Yeah. And he's a partner. I love him. Like, niko around here nakuanga my best. He's caring, understanding. He's a gentleman. He ticked most of my boxes.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
Kwanza you're a gentleman. She said it like so many times.
He is. He listens. Let me tell you, there's a time I don't understand, but kuna siku nilikuwa, I was watching at night and I was like, your chocolate, I crave chocolate. Juna alienda kutafuta duka
usiku
saa 8 kutafutia chocolate.
Sasa you
then niko like, see, baby, you want chocolate, you get chocolate.
nice.
Okay, he's sweet. He'll say something, thoughtful gift, ataniletea. Hivyo vile unasema, ataniambia, chukua hii endo uvae nguo na nuna nguo. You know? Yeah, he's not selfish.
Wow.
Then ni mtu ako na future, ni mtu anaona mbele. Yeah.
One of the things that I'm just imagining or thinking, one of the things that nilimwingiza box nayo, I promised her the future. I was very wise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sisi ni watu tutaishi Runda.
Imagine.
Dubai tunaenda December.
Kabisa.
Dubai tunaenda December. I kept on telling her my plans, you know. Samuel Ochieng and Company Advocates. We have Serene Minds organization. My gospel music, I'm growing. And the future is very bright.
Yes.
So I think what 5% in her accepting me was I showed her the future, the
That
vision.
you're focused,
The
yes.
vision, I'm focused, and the vision. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you were getting into this relationship, and of course you were seeing all these things that he's been doing to even support you.
Yeah.
He spoke about Serene
Serene
Minds.
Minds, yeah.
What came to mind? What inspired you or advised the decision to start this organization?
Serene Minds organization, it's me who founded it with a few other people, but I was the vision bearer. I have battled bipolar for 24 years. So you can imagine 24 years battling one of the worst mental illness in Kenya and in the whole world. And I've managed, and I've studied law. I have composed music. I've done incredible things with my condition. Now, when I look at people outside there, they are wasting their lives. They have given up hope. Some have thrown their life. They have just given up. They are now wasting their lives. So I thought I could come out and have an organization where we help people with depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, and I have a team of psychologists, psychiatrists who are on board to help. I receive calls from Mombasa, Kakamega, everywhere, and these are people I counsel and stuff, or when I cannot manage, my team are there, so that we give hope to Kenyans and the whole world. That one thing that really made me get angry and form the organization is stigma. Stigma is very bad, because up to today, even as early as yesterday, nilikuwa naambiwa chizi wewe madhare, whenever you argue with people, advocates,
Even online.
No, that's in WhatsApp groups. In advocates WhatsApp groups. Every time I try to argue or naambua wewe we belong to madhare. So such words and stigma and it's what we are fighting as Serene Minds, so that we protect, preserve and advance the dignity of those who are battling mental disorder. We are fighting for their dignity. That they are also human beings.
Of course, when you're handling all these cases, you need support to take care of all these issues that have been brought to you. Is there anyone who's supporting you, or is there a gap that you need filled?
For now, we haven't had even a single donor. It's an organization I formed late last year, so things are picking up. We have now finalized our proposal, our donor funding proposal for grants, and we are starting now to dish out the proposals. We even have a mental wellness concert in September 8th at the Bombolas Memorial Park. Churchill Show comedians, MCA Tricky, Mitch, Paul Wakimani, singers, top singers, Moji Shot Baba, Mbovi will be coming, DJ Gigi. So we are now looking for donors to fund the concert with some mental wellness concert, where I held one last year in October 15th, and people came, people were depressed, people were sharing their lived experiences. They were talked to by psychologists. So we are planning to have a repeat of the same on September 8th. But meanwhile, we are seeking for donor funding for Serene Minds organization so that we help as many people as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned that a lot of people contact you from across the country.
Yes.
For you to support them.
Yes.
How would someone who wants to support you plug into this organization and help you even scale up, even beyond borders? Because
Yes.
this is very important.
Yes, they have get my number.
Okay.
Yeah, which is 0702 728 203. Or they can shoot an email to serenemindsorganization@gmail.com. 0702 728 203. Or an email to serenemindsorganization@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Millicent, you volunteer in this organization as well.
Yeah.
What drew you to this venture that he carefully crafted and came up with to solve some of the problems people are struggling with? What's your role in this organization?
Okay, my role, I'm the case manager.
Ooh, nice.
I manage staff. I overlook at some stuff. I'm not working there, I volunteer there.
Okay.
Yeah, so kuna saa zingine na ground, saa zingine anataka, sorry to say, he overspends on Serene Minds. Atatoa do yake kuweka support groups, activities. We have some people kwa organization pia wao wana nini, yeye ndio initiate. Unaelewa? So mimi naweza sema akipata donors itatusaidia step forward, itatusaidia to grow, itampe ile, cause he is focused. His aim is not the money. His aim ni ku fight your stigma, ku educate. Before I knew him, I never knew bipolar. Like kwa job bipolar ni cheesy. Unaelewa? Uko na mental health unajifanya, but it's real. It's something real na watu hawajui.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what naona. That's idea.
Nice, you have a very good support system.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is going to work.
Yes.
Amen.
What are you doing as Millicent to be able to be in a position, even mentally, to handle all these struggles and challenges that come with someone struggling with bipolar?
Naenda therapy. I have counseling sessions. I have to go through that ndio nielewe how he
to
is.
deal with him.
Yeah. We go out, we reconnect. Sasa ndio ananiambia like when reconnecting, he'll tell me his stories with his episodes with his. So mimi najua hapo, unaelewa, hapo I know how to deal with you. Hapo, yeah.
Na anapelekwanga Stanley Hotel.
Acha nikwambie. With bipolar, it's not depressive episode pekee. Pia kuna maniac.
So my experience both. Wow. Take us through the maniac.
And he's super excited. Come and be like, babe dress, tunaenda Stanley. So I have to like, babe tukunywe tu coffee. Unajua tuna situation.
Yes.
Hatuna do, tutafaa kusurvive, tunafaa. So tutaenda tutumie yote Stanley, then turudi nje. Like, babe tukunywe tu coffee. Tuko tu sawa. Then he listens. Hiyo tu ndio uzuri. Because he's always ready to he's always ready to spend. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But unafaa control. I know. You get kwa budget.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tulikuwa jana tumeenda wapi leo collect. Nasikia twende nikubaye KFC, twende hivyo. So nachange keep calm. Ama babe, tusiende Airbnb, twende City Park tuone monkeys. You know, twende tu on a budget, bado tutajibamba. Mimi sijisikii kwenda, mimi sitaki kwenda hivyo. Achia
How about the depressive state? Encounter aje hiyo situation?
Ukiona nikianza kuona komodi, every time mimi babu uko poa.
Kuna signs
naonanga. Niambia ako poa. Kuna signs naonanga.
Kama gani?
Tumetoka kucheka nini amenyamaza kupika yake kwa phone. Ukimwongelesha kwa ama unaona tu ana pace. Ukiona ana pace around jua kuna shida. Na kitu kidogo tu inaweza kama leo time. Nilikuwa naogopa. alikuwa so stressed, yeah. Like apendi kuwa late, najua lazima. So ako like, your time, babe, time. So lazima nimwambie babe, amekukall, aja kukall, tuko sawa.
Like your day. We wait for you until you get here.
So yeah. Then tunacheza chess kwa nyumba. Nikaanza kuona kwa board na involving activities. Basically that.
Wow.
Sasa zingine anakaa atakikusha niko babe shower tutende. Like I'm not putting uko na bipolar uogi unaangalia words, unaangalia ni una shower twende. Shower. You get. Let's twende walk. Yeah. Twende tukule nyama choma uko nje. You get. Tutoke acha yeah.
Sometimes na mimi nastaka kulala naambia umelala sana, you have slept a lot, wake up, because now when you're depressed you sleep a lot, you forget even to shower. So she reminds me, enda uoge, we go out, have you brushed? Because now you can't do anything when you're depressed.
True. You just want to be left alone.
You want to be left alone. You want to sleep.
I'm not saying pressure, but usimwache pia peke yake. Hata mshike tu mkono, kumwambia I'm here, just tuko hapa tuna watch comedy.
Unapenda comedy?
Anapenda. So time naona anaanza kupata pressure.
Nice.
Namwekanga tu. Let's watch.
I can watch it a billion times.
So that's where every day we are learning. I'd say that. Sija hack everything. Yeah, but every day we are learning.
Someone who's watching you na ako maybe about to enter into a relationship with someone struggling with not just bipolar but any mental health condition, what is your advice to that someone?
I'd say before, this is what I say a lot of time, before this person ajulikana kona bipolar, he was human first. Alizaliwa. He's human. Mbebe like a human, another like human being. Try as possible to be patient, understanding. Elewa, ukwe present. Then usikwe tu unatafuta makosa. Don't be looking for triggers. Unajua vitu zinaweza solve hata. Saa zingine niko, babe juzi ulifanya. Unaelewa, very softly. Usitafute vile hata jam. Then pia kitu nimelearn from me, don't usirush kumwambia bad stuff, usirush kumwambia yeye ndio maana uko na hiyo kitu muaffect. Kuna siku nishamwambia na ina affect mpaka leo, unaelewa. Hadi sasa anaogopa kukua yeye juu nikana judge. That was my first days. So kwa tu careful na yeye, ni kama ugonjwa unakuwa na mgonjwa wa cancer vile unakuanga hivyo tu, kwa tu careful na yeye, but pia usistrain kwa wewe na kwa yeye, but usikwe wa rahisi wa kumcondemn. Kama umepata fani yake, okay, drug sisikwe kwa drugs, but kama umepata fani yake ni kuwatch as much as mtairudia kama Big Bang, si watch
a million times. Yes. I support.
As much as mtairudia mrudi watch kwa una lose nini. Mpende as long as unapenda mtu, vitu zingine zinajileta. So at first you need to love him, like for him. I'm a her for her. Because hizi episodes zitakuwa siku bingi najua zitakuwa. But then make sure na take meds. Make sure he takes his meds daily. Juu akipokunywa italeta shida. 8 hours of sleep, like the normal advice.
Of course.
Make sure ana shower, engage. Usiache ende to the depression, uko like wewe umekasirika chana yana kuanga hivyo. Try kuwa there for him. Mwonyeshe uko there for him.
Sam, your life has changed for the better. What would you say has been?
In the last show you said.
Yes.
I said I love a God-fearing.
I asked you. That's what I was about to go.
When you said if there is any God-fearing, you put me into a lot of trouble.
Where?
A lot of God-fearing women came for application.
But there was no way of measuring how much they fear God.
So she's God-fearing.
Yes.
And she's hard-working.
Yeah.
And we finally found her. Yes.
We are so glad. How has your life changed now that you have someone constantly reminding you to stay calm, to stay grounded, to take your medicine? How has your life changed?
My life has changed because I've even forgotten who my psychiatrist was.
Wow.
I don't even, sijui ni doctor. I have not gone to a psychiatrist for a long time. I've never been tempted to even go to seek a service, to pay 5,000 per visit for a long time, because now I have somebody who is taking care of me. Yeah, so that's how my life has changed, because so long as I'm with her, I don't see a need of seeing a psychiatrist. She's a psychiatrist by herself. Yeah, so that's how my life has changed. I've the joy levels, happiness, as in shot up.
It's a good thing, no?
It has shot up, and then it has made me to focus more on like Serene Minds organization, my law firm, Samuel Ochieng and Company Advocates.
The Serene Minds, okay. He's really passionate about it.
Wow.
He really tries advertise uko nje kuhusu Serene Minds, kujeni, come talk, nini.
Yeah, so I'm now focused on building my future.
Yes.
Yeah, the other times I was focused on looking for a partner. But
that
now
has ended.
So now we focus on building.
Did you hear that, guys? The ship has sailed. That ship, we are here to announce. We're no longer interested in God-fearing women. We have one, right? And he has confirmed that she fears God. Which was one of the main things that you asked for when that time I put you on the spot to describe the kind of a woman you are looking to get into a relationship with.
Yes.
So, today you came here to express yourself and tell us how the journey has been since the last time you came to our show.
Yes.
In terms of the future, how do you see the future looking like for you and your wife here?
I'm seeing ourselves living in Rwanda.
Amen.
Affirmations.
I'm seeing ourselves traveling the world.
Yes.
Going to Dubai, America. I'm seeing the reduction of cases of mental disorders in Kenya through Serene Minds organization. I'm seeing lots of people coming out and saying, yes, hata mimi niko na bipolar. Yes, I have schizophrenia, because they are following my lead. I'm seeing that people coming out of their isolation, from isolation where they have been isolated and they're suffering. They come out publicly, and there will be more public, like people coming out in the future. As we push Serene Minds, as we tell people it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to have depression. It's okay. I'm seeing a reduction of suicide rates in Kenya. Like in our concert in September 8th, it's a suicide prevention awareness month. So that will be our theme. I was so shocked. You saw in the newspaper the other day, a top NIS person committed suicide. So you see, even suicide can be done from like somebody who is educated, he has a good job. So I'm seeing the reduction of suicide level, reduction of stigma, by the end of the year.
Like a platform to make it okay for people to talk about it. Because I've noticed there's this stigma, like tuseme unaambia mtu nakona bipolar, ni kama it's a sin to have bipolar na si legit, you know. It's not a pretense. Kona bipolar, uko sure uko safe. You should make it okay, like make people feel that it's okay. It's okay to talk about it.
Have you experienced any stigma yourself based on the fact that you are dating someone who has bipolar? People may be comparing that with your previous relationship or wondering whether you're really making the right decision doing this.
I have. People told at first I was seeking validation from people. I'm like, I didn't know what I'm getting myself into. I still nilikuwa na hizo fears. So unaona ukiambia mtu akona bipolar, anakudiscourage, but deep down your heart, you know you still want to stay with this person. Unaelewa. So mimi even if you realize like your person has bipolar, seek the right channels. don't go asking. You'll go asking someone who doesn't even know what bipolar is. Msome kwa Google. Unataka chizi. Na mtu akikuamkia usiku, ukidungwa be have been told nadungwa kisu. But I've never seen him violence. Kumane aje afadhali akwambie wewe just, than hata tu slap or anything. Yeah. So unatry tunaelewa. Kuna time inakuanga worse. Like I didn't treat her well, like that friend of mine mwenye was running naked. That was an episode. After that, watu wanamuogopa. Unaelewa? Like, you can anytime.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be like that. Inafaa tu kuelewa. Alikuwa tono mwana kichwa sasa amepona tuko normal. Tumerudi. Yeah, that's it.
So when you first came to our show, will you explain some of the struggles that ulikuwa ukipitia when you're taking your medication? There's some of the side effects that you experience from this medication.
Yeah.
Are they still there?
Side effects are still there because now you can see the weight gain. And one of the things I said about bipolar itself comes with its own side effects, not medication. For example, you have a high sex drive. The libido is up, kabisa. And I'm still battling that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
For someone who's out there and they're now in a relationship,
yes.
Is there something you can tell them to, like for people to understand someone with bipolar, a spouse who does not understand why this person has high sex drive? What are some of the things they need to do to be on the same page?
You see, you have to have an understanding partner because that's why people cheat. Most people who have high sex drive, they cheat and they become unfaithful and they engage into risky sexual behaviors with maybe prostitutes and stuff, and they're in a marriage. So you have to have an understanding partner to accommodate your sex drive as much as possible because eventually this gentleman will, if he's a gentleman, he will engage into risky sexual behavior. It is inevitable. Yeah. So in as much as possible, accommodate his sex drive.
Wow. What does the future look like for you?
So I want a family. That's what's most important. And of course, grow the Serene Minds. Me, for that, I advocate for that. Serene Minds to grow.
Yeah.
Because, many people are doing inaweza educate. Yeah, na Runda, of course. Supporting him.
Goal.
Na
mkihama mkose Twitter housewarming tuna delete hizi videos.
Runda, here we come.
We are wishing you the very, very best. Thank you for opening up. Thank you for coming out here and sharing your personal details and your journey, however difficult or exciting it was. We really, really, really appreciate your time and your honesty.
Yes.
Taking us through all this journey mpaka mali umefika.
Yes.
But we know that the future is still bright.
Yes.
Tutaitwa harusi, tunapenda keki, tunapenda mchele, tunapenda kukuja housewarming, kurinda.
Zote tutawaita.
Tuiteni. We love celebrating our guests and we love seeing the future getting even brighter than even you anticipated. Who knows, you could get organizations from abroad wanting to partner with you who have the same aligned goals. You never know. So this is just from us to you, wishing you the very, very best. We hope to catch up again and again when new milestones come. Please call us. Let's come and celebrate with you because I mean, we respect the fact that you have taken a bold step to share your struggles, your journey, your story publicly. It's not easy. Some people will look at you and wonder, hey, why did you
feel that
they attack
at first actually pia mimi nilikuwa nashindwa mbona
unashare hizi vitu. But you see,
but say now why
inaleta kabisa. Watu wana understand what bipolar is. Inaleta it educates the public. And which is the goal that you wanted to achieve from the very first time you shared. Tuna appreciate sana. Is there one thing you would want Kenyans to know from you as a couple before we go?
I just love Tuko family. Last time the support, my WhatsApp ilikuwa, yani people, some go on, we love you kwa comments, you encourage us, you are an inspiration. Some even gave me work. Tuko family. I'm still some. I still don't have clients because of bipolar. And because of the stigma. Continue supporting me. Yes. Continue giving me work. My beloved dear is a beautician. And she bado hajapata pahali. Kama uko na beauty shop, beauty salon. Yes. Pea ye kazi. Yeah. Ndio tusaidiane kwa familia kununua chakula. Yes. And also if you feel like continue supporting me financially, giving me work and anything, I'm an employment law expert and a divorce lawyer. I just love Tuko family. And my number still is 0702 728 203. 0702 728 203. Advocate Samuel Ochieng.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words?
Whenever you're dealing with anyone online or whatever is going through, you don't know what is in his mind. Kuna mtu ako na bipolar na hataongea. Just be kind to everyone around you. Yeah. And also we're looking for donors.
That is out there.
Yeah.
If you're a donor and you want to, if your goals align with the goals of Serene Minds, this is an opportunity for you to partner with them and help them achieve all these goals that they have set for themselves. Yeah. So please look out for the number that we shall put on the pinned comment. I need not add more because this has been such an exciting story, such an exciting interview. I look forward to hosting you again and again and again. Yeah. But for now, we want to wish you all the best and wish you the very best. Yeah. Let's come and celebrate with you the rest of the milestones. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Tuko family, see you next time.